Live. Good morning, everybody. For those of you tuned in, it is Tuesday, September 16th, day before FOMC meeting, as you can see down here. So, got low expectations heading in today. We did have a news release at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. Core retail sales came in above the forecast, so could see a bullish influence behind price today, but without further ado, let's get into it. Appreciate you tuning in to Live Trades with Dre. Going into it, as you can see here, I have these three new contracts outlaid here on the right hand side. I usually use the NASDAQ ES and Dow Jones continuous futures, but since we had the contract rollover yesterday, we had this massive gap in price. So decided to just use the new contract that we have. That is good until December 2025. Just because it doesn't have that massive gap. It's a lot cleaner to read, but without further ado, NASDAQ on the weekly. So far, strong bullish weekly candle forming. Daily as well. We're kind of in no man's land just because we're at all-time highs. Got some bullish structure forming here, but don't have any targets. So it's kind of hard to just find a true bias if there's no clear target for price to move higher. Moving to the 4 hour here, we have this fair value gap that we can see. Haven't marked on the 1 hour, but here it is on the 4 hour from this wick to that wick. Also have one here, also marked on the 1 hour. Those could be potential magnets for price to draw to. As you can see here, we moved down overnight and got close to it, but ever since the news release, been moving higher. If I am bullish on the day, target would just be the high from, I believe this is London or Asia. Yeah, maybe attack London highs. We'll see. Above New York Midnight Open as well. And keep that in mind. Usually want to buy below Midnight Open and sell above it. But either way, it's not like the final determining factor on any of my trades. It's just another added confluence. But yeah, so just here on the 1 hour, things that stick out to me is just this fair value gap here down at the bottom. I doubt we'll get there today, but over time, this potentially could be an area we go to, especially tomorrow with FOMC, Federal Reserve's meeting to potentially begin their rate cuts. And with that, yeah, you get some crazy volatility. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if there's like a gnarly wick that just comes down into here, taps into it, and then we continue moving higher. But nonetheless, here we are here. I think we could go up towards London high today or rebalance down here. It's just a matter of reading the lower time frame and seeing what PD rays are holding up. 15-minute time frame, we have these equal lows here that were slightly swept with this wick from the news event, came down to here. 15-minute fair value gap started overnight as well. If we're bullish, I want to see us close above this and invert it. If we're bearish, then we'll respect it and move down. Going to the 5-minute. Oh man, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Had an early start today, so starting to feel pretty sleepy. Might have to make some coffee. But yeah, 5-minute time frame, not really much to see here. Here's that 15-minute fair value gap. It's seen here also on the 5-minute. Have this high here. That could be a target. Obviously, for me, what I'm interested in is seeing if we can come all the way down to here after the market opens at 6:30 Pacific time, and then we get some kind of sweep of sell side break in market structure, retrace their fair value gap, and then we move up to the new high of the day. That's what I'm looking for, just looking at this, but we'll see. Like I said, got low expectations just because it's the day before FOMC, so we'll see. Let's take a look at ES starting on the weekly. Same thing on the weekly, strong bullish candle so far. Daily time frame at all-time highs, but nonetheless got bullish formation here. 4-hour time frame for value gap down in here. That was tapped into with this wick and moved higher from. And now we're approaching this new 4-hour fair value gap. As you can see, I have the 1-hour fair value gaps already labeled here. Time frame, we have 2 of them right in there. Yeah, same thing on NQ. I'd want to see potentially, I'd want to see us come down to this fair value gap and then move higher to sweep London high. That'd be ideal. We have this inversion fair value gap. Could serve as a bearish PD array. Label that yellow. The price could come down in here. As you can see, once we closed below it with this candle, we've been respecting this air level. So for bullish, I want to see us violate this area and go higher. Does NQ have the same thing? It sure does. Yeah, same thing. 15-minute inversion. Close below it here and been respecting it ever since. So bearish inversion. There you go. I want to see us violate this area if we're going to move higher. Five-minute time frame, have these this sell side liquidity in the form of these equal lows here. Slightly swept. I think we can move a little lower into this area and see a move up, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now it's just a waiting game. Market open here in 1 minute. Looks like a Dow. Maybe Dow's cleaner than NQNES. I do like we have previous week's highs intact. Could be a low-hanging fruit target for sure. Drop down. Wow, I was in here. It's weird. Dog's not barking. I shouldn't be concerned, right? Okay, got this all-time high. I'd like to see that get swept, maybe. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Got this bullish 1-hour for value gap. Yeah, Dow's in a complete different range than ES and NQ. It's doing its own thing. But these lows are here. I do like that we're inverting this bearish for value gap. Market just open. We're gonna go long on Dow. I want to see us close above this for value gap. End up creating an inversion. See, this is a significant area because look how we just wicked there at the open. So if we get a close above that area, I think that would more or less point to the fact that we're moving higher. We'll go ahead and mark an alert there. So once we get above there, 46,350. Trigger. This is starting to play out just how I want. I want to see it move lower at the open. Sweep this sell side and begin to see a shift in market structure up. Maybe even close above this order block. Get these indicators rocking and rolling. So, not really indicators, it's just more so information. So this is a line that shows where midnight open is, and then this power 3 shows this 1 hour candle. I gotta protect my eyes. My blue light lens. That might be the move. I think for me, once we close above this bearish for value gap, I'll be interested in going long. And Q reached that 15-minute for value gap. Yep. Let's see how the stream is doing. What's going on? What's going on? There is the sweep. Starting to dump. Sheesh, look at that. Dow's looking clean for shorts, actually. Got that nice wick. Give Price some room to breathe here. I'm gonna go make some coffee and see where we're at. BRB. Bearish on the day. No point trying to catch a falling knife, but just looking at the 1 hour, we got some serious bearish structure forming here, especially now that we're violating this bullish value gap on ES and NQ. I think that can show that we can move lower now. Dow Jones is doing some serious damage. This just winds up being a nasty wick on the hourly. It's 5 minute for value gap there. Yes. NQ also has it. Oh, Dow. Dow also has it, but as clean. Remember, clarity equals certainty, and so far, price this morning hasn't been the clearest. Copy and paste my tags. Discipline equals success. This is something I just like to remind myself, just because we can get so caught up and focused on winning and success being a reward or achieving our goal, when at the end of the day, discipline equals success, because consistency breeds results. And so if you consistently practice the right habits and you implement that discipline, you're going to eventually get to success. And so something I like to remind myself is that on the charts and off the charts, that a successful day doesn't mean a profitable day. A successful day means I implemented the right habits both on the charts, whether it's how I manage my trades, whether or not I took a trade following my plan, even psychology wise, having the right thoughts while I'm trading, and off the charts, right? Taking care of what needs to get done. I think that should count as a successful day, not just the P&L. And I also like to remind myself while I'm on the charts that clarity equals certainty. You know, everybody's wants to know, how can I take the most high probable trade? Like, how do I know I'm going to win? At the end of the day, you just need clarity in the markets. A high probability trade is going to be very clear. And if you're looking on the charts, no matter the time frame, if it's not clear, then you probably shouldn't trade. At the end of the day, clarity, right, means a setup just jumps out to you. It's like a speaking to you saying, take me. This is a prime opportunity, you know, and I think that's ultimately when you should pull the trigger. That's when you should look to enter a trade, is when there's clarity in the market. At the end of the day, clarity equals certainty. Let's look at the stock heat map here. We're really starting to drop on equities. Yeah, super red. In the water. We got 6 minutes till the 6 a.m. candle closes. So now that we have violated this 1 hour for value gap, we can label it as an inversion. do. 1 hour bearish inversion for value gap. So maybe price comes back into here as a retracement and then moves towards this other for value gap. Same thing on ES. Conversion, bada bing. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a scalper anymore as far as like 1 minute time frame entries, but Dow had a nice play. We had a sweep of market structure or a sweep of liquidity up here into this PD array, this fair value gap. Got a close. I guess not really high quality. I'd want to see a close like this move here. I would want it to see happen here. Then we can enter off that fair value gap. I guess 3 minutes a little better. Sweep here, shift in market structure, retrace to this 3 minute for value gap as well as this bearish order block. But I'm focused on the 5 minute and above for my entries, so that was Norton. All right, I'm gonna go pour myself a cup of coffee and get back in just in time for the 7 a.m. candle. Got myself a nice cup of Kona coffee. Be off for a bit. There's a new hourly candle. This new hourly candle print, that means also a new 4-hour candle. So say we're gonna continue dropping from here. Check the baby camera. Excuse me. Waiting. It's the day before FOMC, so don't expect much. It's hot. Holy cow. I'm gonna burn my mouth off. Catechism. Why not, huh? Some good old theology to start off the day. Question 1. What is our only hope in life and death? That we are not our own, but belong, body and soul, both in life and death, to God and to our Savior, Jesus Christ. Question 2. What is God? God is the creator and sustainer of everyone and everything. He is eternal, infinite, and unchangeable in his power and perfection, goodness and glory, wisdom, justice, and truth. Nothing happens except through him and by his will. Question 3. How many persons are there in God? There are 3 persons in the one true and living God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They are same in substance and equal in power and glory. How and why did God create us? God created us male and female in his own image to know him, love him, live with him, and glorify him. And it is right that we, who were created by God, should live to his glory. That's the question we'll read today. Question 5. What else did God create? God created all things by his powerful word, and all his creation was very good, and everything flourished under his loving rule. Theology to start off the morning, because theology fuels doxology. All theology is a study of God, and doxology is the worship of God. So when you study God, impacts and affects the way you worship him. And then off 4 hours of sleep, not bad, right? Could be worse. Okay. I think I'm gonna end the stream early. Not really liking where we're at. Don't see anything clear. Maybe just NQ we could drop to this for Vega, but it's the day before FOMC. So man to here, call it a day. Wait for tomorrow. But nonetheless, hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday, September 16th, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning for the next stream.